Hey guys, Matt Science here, and today we're back with Anime vs. Reality with Bailey and also Krokia, who's now got an avatar for us to
Yes.
see.
I'm a bunny rabbit.
Giving Evelyn a run for her money. Or are you embodying your inner Evelyn from the Ruby fanfic? I don't know what's he doing.
What are you doing?
What? Who?
Sound didn't work for a moment.
We're just waiting for you to answer a question.
What question?
It's like, are you just channeling your inner Evelyn, or are you just cosplaying?
Yeah, I'm Evelyn now.
Okay.
You don't have the right hair color for it though.
Yeah. So before we start, you were messaging me. Said you found Initial D, season 5 and 6.
Yes, I have found seasons 5 and 6 of Initial D to watch.
Okay, so what happens now? So this is going to be the last video where we talk about Fruits Basket.
This is the last of the 2001 version of Fruits Basket.
2001.
Then we'll do the 2019 version, and then we'll go back and do Initial D.
Season 5 and 6, okay.
Yeah. So, Kroki, you're going to have to end up having to watch all of Initial D just so you can keep up, because
Alright.
it is the king of flashbacks, isn't it?
Yes. No, it's the king of drift.
I better get
and
started.
flashbacks. Because this show, Initial D, is really good at flashbacks. They keep doing it.
Alright.
And then, in the races, they keep cutting to other things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just...
A flashback within a flashback?
No, they don't do that.
While someone else has a flashback and it's not your flashback, it's their flashback? Mind blown.
No, it's just a dream within a dream within a dream.
Yeah. Like Inception, basically.
Yeah. Except it's the flashback version of it, so is it flashbackception?
Maybe. In flashbacktion.
Okay, we're up to episode 24 of Fruits Basket 2001.
Alright, so Toru likes autumn and spring. But
I feel like a person has to like one season.
Yeah, for me it's summer.
For me, it is most likely autumn or winter.
You love summer. This is how I stay so thin. I sweat out the fat.
And I am a sweat ball in the summer,
Yeah.
so...
Like that anime character, it's like she was this big woman, then she got skinny, and she's like, oh, summer was really hot today. Kyou is unenergetic on rainy days, and is that meant to be because
He's a cat.
Yeah.
Again, it's the weird properties of him being possessed by the cat spirit.
Yeah, so you kind of inherit the personality or the dislikes of...
Yeah. Personality, dislikes, likes, all that stuff.
Yeah. So Kyou gets angry at Toru for worrying over him once again. And it's like, oh no, he can worry about Toru. But if Toru tries to worry about him, it's like, oh no. She's the bad one here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know
no.
why he has such a thing like
What,
that.
Krokia?
Oh no.
So while the two were talking, well, yelling in Kyou's case,
Yeah,
Someone-
Kyou is just a yeller.
someone was watching them from afar.
Mm-hmm.
And you know who that someone is, Krokia?
We find out later in the episode.
Yes. But do you know who it is?
I can literally see it on the thing.
Okay.
I've seen the episode.
Alright. So,
Collective knowledge win.
yeah. So the rain instantly clears up when Kyou, Toru, and Yuki get home.
Why do you hold it like that?
I don't know. Just spinning, then giving people a sneak peek.
Of previous stuff.
Yeah. So, what was I? So Kagura is waiting at the house for Kyou. When he opens the door and sees her inside and slams it shut in her face.
Yeah, she's like, "What can I?" And then he's just like,
It's like, ain't nobody got time for
No.
that.
and he's the one outside, but he's like, "No one's home" or something like that, I think.
Yeah.
And then she busts her fist right through the door and it's like, "Open the damn door."
It's
I
like,
would too.
Goddamn rat, open the door. So Kyou doesn't like Kagura's tendency for sudden violence, and it's like, you're the one that egged her on, so...
Yeah.
Well, not her.
Kyou egged her on.
Yeah, egged her on. That's right. Oh, no, sorry, I got the character mixed up again. Yeah, Kagura. Yeah, so Shigure wanted Kagura out of house, so he didn't destroy more of it.
She is very violent.
Yeah, like
unnaturally violent.
Like steroided up violent.
That's an understatement.
Bipolar.
Yeah, that is basically what she has.
She's like anime violent.
But because it's anime, you can't help but love her. No, it's okay. You can blow up the Washington Monument. It's fine.
Oh my gosh. I cannot wait until we get to Eden of the East when we start on the naked guy.
Okay then. Tell me if that's what you're into.
No, it's because he wakes up in the USA. Naked.
Oh yeah, you gotta love the USA.
That's the link I was going for because you said Washington Monument.
Okay. Shigure wanted Kagure. Shigure's house is financed with assistance of the main Soma house. And who's in charge of the main Soma house?
Akito.
Soma.
Akito Soma.
Shigure suggests that Toru and Yuki go on a date, and you see the others are just like, no,
not Yuki. I don't think she belongs with Yuki, really.
Yeah,
because they're too much of a match.
Yeah,
like can you have too much of a match that they don't work?
And Kyou's like,
and also I have seen the 2019 version. And I know how it ends.
No, I haven't.
I know how it ends.
Okay. I was like that when she suggested the date. Kyou's like, what? No, wait, just a second.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you don't have that written down.
I think Shigure just wanted them out of the house. And also Kyou had Kagura as well.
Yeah. So the person... Sorry, what?
I haven't finished the 2019 version yet, but the whole time I was watching the 2001 version, I kept saying, Yuki's gonna die.
Hmm.
Okay, then.
Especially with what's coming up.
He's just got so many death flags, and he's such a perfect match for Toru that they can't possibly be together.
Yeah, only opposites attract.
I'm gonna spoil it now. The only characters that die are Toru's parents.
Okay, then. Toru... Wait.
Because they're already dead. But they're in the story.
Yuki is secretly Toru's dad? What? Where is this anime going? It's going places.
Oh my god.
Okay, so the person watching Kyou earlier reports to Akito about what he saw and says should they show Toru the true form of Kyou. And you know what the true form of Kyou is?
Oh, he's ugly. He's ugly.
Kagura asks if Toru knows about Kyou's true form, and him hoping he could hide it forever.
So Kagura has seen Kyou's true form.
It's got me thinking.
Akido and future guy, a future person knows Kyou's true form. Shigure knows his true form. Yuki even knows. Like everyone in the Soma family knows.
Yeah, when she was asked if she wants to see Kyou's true form, I was thinking, okay, so is this going Dragon Ball Z where Frieza's like, I still got 3 more evolutions to go through. You know the third one with he's got the big kind of.
I haven't watched Dragon Ball Z.
You haven't?
No.
Oh god, never ever. Have you seen it, Kirikia?
I have not.
Well, one of Frieza's forms is based off the Xenomorph from the Alien series.
Really?
Yes, if you go watch Alien, then you look at one of Frieza's forms, it's like this one. It's not the big muscly one with the horns. I think it's before that, and it's like got kind of like this. It's got like the Xenomorph's head structure.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting.
I was falling asleep there because I was getting bored of what you were saying.
I thought it was an interesting fact, but alright.
No, it was. I'm just messing with you.
Yeah, I know.
Just your ones at the
So Kyou doesn't remember his own past around Kagura when he reached out to her because it was erased. Dun, dun, dun.
I mean, I don't know if that's actually a confirmed thing. If his memory was erased or if he just suppressed it.
It was like in that anime, remember with you got she's like a vampire and then the other chick's like the
Shiki?
robot. Yeah, because
No.
Shiki.
No. Oh, you're thinking of Actually I Am.
Actually, I am. And she's like, I
Yeah.
got this hammer. It's designed to erase your memories. Something like that.
And at the end, it landed on the like her dad's head, like the big vampire dude's head.
God, oh, I feel so sorry for his wife.
How so?
The size alone, man. Look at that. How does that work?
How does
sexually?
his big
Yeah,
girthy?
How does that work sexually? God.
Oh, yikes.
They only can't hug.
No, we're talking about Actually I Am, which is...
Yeah, I think he was making a joke. If he hugs her, he'll crush
Just
her.
a joke.
Okay.
Alright, so the mysterious person shows up at Shigeru's house and is revealed to be Kyou's master,
From the mountains.
Kazuma Soma.
And the whole time I was trying to speculate which member of the Zodiac they would be.
It wasn't even a member of the Zodiac that showed up.
Exactly.
Disappointing, isn't it?
I don't know. I think it's nice that Kyou's master isn't a member of the Zodiac.
Yeah.
But we have to talk more about the episode before we say why.
Well, he does take care, like, I'm pretty sure his grandfather, oh no, yeah, it was his
Yeah, his
grandfather was the previous cat spirit possessed person.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder, right? If this, it makes when I was watching, I was thinking of Harry Potter. You know, Ron's rat, Scabbers. That's actually the guy.
Peter Pettigrew.
Yeah, it's like, wait, does that mean Ron is Peter Pettigrew's master instead of Voldemort?
No.
Because if you think about it, it's like he's the one that's been raising him. It's like Scabbers is his.
Let's just move on.
But Peter Pettigrew was a spy. So
Yeah.
if you're a Russian spy in the United States, you don't think of the United States as your master.
Yeah. Unless you're a sleeper agent.
I think
Anyways, moving on.
I think I was
Mind
supposed to
blown. Alright, so
Also not allowed.
Kazuma has allowed taught Yuki and Kagura.
I think I meant to write also. My brain just wasn't working.
Okay. He has allowed so taught Yuki and Kagura.
He also taught
And what did he teach
Yuki
them?
and Kagura also
use
in
the
fighting.
Force.
No. Get Star Wars out of your head.
Yeah, Kyo walks. Oh, I wish
Unless
I
you
could-
want to cover Star Wars Visions.
No, I'm not covering that. No, I don't like Disney. What Disney did with Star Wars.
And
Legends from the
anyway,
other
it's
one.
not even really anime, it's more cartoon.
So, anyways, Kyo walks away from Kazuma, not wanting to talk.
So he's just like, nah. I don't want to talk to you. He's gone up to his room,
Yeah,
and then Kazuma's followed him up to his room.
to talk privately.
Yeah.
So Kyo attempts to punch Kazuma in the gut, which Kazuma swiftly blocks, which is their way of saying hello.
It's
Which
like,
reminds me of Scary Movie 3, where the aliens are choking the people. And it's like, this is how we say hello. It's like, how do you say goodbye? And the alien kicks the guy in the nuts.
fuck! Why does it always come around to nuts? Why does it always come back to the balls
I don't know.
with me?
Because-
Literally, I've been reading Reddit stories, and it always, like, at least in one episode a week, I've managed to find a story related to getting hit in the balls.
Because nuts are funny.
Yeah.
No, but
Nut trucks are funny, man. No one's happening to you, but...
no, none of them in the stories I read were funny. They were more painful than anything else.
Okay.
Because, like, in the most recent one, a viper bit a guy in the nuts.
Ouch.
Yeah. I'm waiting for the time that a knife comes out and someone gets stabbed in the balls, and then in that moment I'll pause to just say, "Ladies and gentlemen, we did it. We hit the trifecta."
I think it was like this anime, Black Lagoon.
Yeah, I know.
Oh man,
she like lifts her leg up and then kicks it back
yeah,
right
I like
to the guy's
the meme
balls.
that comes up like to be continued. Dun, dun, dun.
No, but the guy gets hit in the balls with
The
hitting blade in the shoe.
Why don't the assassins use that? Assassin's Creed. I've only seen one assassin do that, and that's Xiao Jun.
Kick him in the balls.
No, she has a blade in her foot, and then she slits a guy's throat. This was in the short movie with Ezio, his final days. But getting back on topic now.
Yeah, we got way off topic after the ball shots.
Supposedly Kazuma's grandfather was the previous cat, which you mentioned.
Yeah, so
Kazuma held Kyou dear, also like he was Kyou's dad.
So yeah, he basically raised Kyou.
Yes, he made sure
his own parents shunned him because he was possessed by the cat spirit, which is stupid. Why do that stuff?
Well, I mean, it's like X-Men rules, you know.
Most of their parents shunned them.
Well, not like. Yeah, I guess that's the case, but it's always been the case with the cat. Like, the cat always is put in a prison, always shunned, no matter who it is.
Yeah. So, Kazume says Kyou will be staying at Shigori's house as it's the best environment for him.
And then we get a conversation between Kazuma and Shigure talking about Kyou's bracelet. At which point it's like, why so focus? Why focus on the bracelet?
Because the bracelet has more meaning.
Yes.
Than we're led on, and which we'll find out in is it the next episode?
Yeah, in the next episode we find out why. Well, like actually no, this episode.
Drawing flashback to show Kazume is bad at cooking like me, so it's like yeah.
So with like the terms of like drawing flashback and stuff like that, it's actually like a drawing. So I try to get creative with my terms for preceding the word flashback rather than just write flashback.
Yeah.
Did either of you notice the bracelet before it became important the first time you watched this?
No.
Well, not really. Like, it's not even really addressed. Like, he does wear it a lot, like, all the time.
Yeah, I thought it was
even while sleeping.
I thought it was just an accessory, but when you look back at it now, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I see why.
I noticed there were a lot of close-ups on it, and so I thought, maybe that will be important later.
It's gonna be just as important in the 2019 version, especially what happens at the very end.
Okay, so Kazuma is gambling on Kagura being able to claim Kyou after being able to calm Kyou after he transforms to his true form.
Kazuma's like talks to Toru and is just like, "Can I have some of your time? Can you do something for me?" And it's like, "Can you show up at this place at this time?"
Did you know if Kyou used his power for evil, and he became a thief, he would be a literal cat burglar. Especially when he turns into a cat. That just blows your mind.
That's his quick getaway.
Yeah. So,
No!
everyone...
How dare you make that joke?
Everyone watches as Kyou and Kazuma talk about Kyou's true form, and Toru's like, his true form? What's his true form?
Well, no, Toru doesn't hear this stuff.
Then who am I thinking of? Oh, yeah, I'm getting... Yeah.
So, like, Kagura is, like, looking through the window. Kyou and Kazuma are standing outside. Kyou's the one closer to the house. And Shigure is, like, also listening in, and Yuki's also listening in from different parts of the house. And, like... And then what happens is the bracelet, Kazuma removes the bracelet while also slapping Kyou in the face.
Yeah, so it's
Which
just like...
triggers his transformation.
Yeah, because, you don't make Kyou angry. You wouldn't like him when he's angry. So So that's the end of episode 24. We're on episode 25 now. So Kyou starts transforming into his true form, and Toru sees it happen.
Yeah, so she's walked around the corner. It's like she's gotten back from doing something or stuff like that, and sees it happen.
Yeah, so...
And Kyou sees her seeing him in his true form, and he's like, "I gotta get the fuck out of here."
Yeah. And so Toru...
Just like I'm going to do again.
Don't look at me!
So Toru catches after Kyou before eventually throwing up, because you see, Kyou's true form is like Jeff Goldblum in The Fly. That's why she's throwing up.
She doesn't throw up, does she?
You tell me, throwing up?
It-
Question mark?
Like, we don't see puke.
But you hear the...
It's like dry heaving, basically.
Yeah. So Akito finds Toru kneeling at a tree and laughs at her misery. It's like, fuck this guy.
Yeah, Akito is the worst character in the whole group.
And he's not like...
Worse
not like
than
one-
Hiro.
Yeah, he's not like one of those like characters like Sasuke and Naruto who you're like, oh, I hate this guy, but I love his character. And
No,
in the
he's
arc
just,
development, he's
I
just
hate
like,
this guy and I hate his character.
Yeah. You ain't getting no sympathy from me.
Crockelly, what do you think of
Well,
this horrible person?
They have a Yuki fan club, so maybe we should make an Akito hate club.
No, we are not going that route.
Why not? Oh, we should make our own visual novel fanfic of the Hate Club.
Oh my! What
We
has my show become? I have
We
lost
should-
control already.
Well, you gotta
Tweet Akito and tell him how much we dislike him.
It'd be like one of those talk shows where we just bring on anime characters and we just dunk on them.
Rogue can play all the characters.
So, Akito is soon to die because of the Somo curse.
So yeah, he only lives until like, is it 20 or 30? I forget.
I don't know, but it reminds me of that guy.
Probably 30.
Yeah, I think it was 30
Yeah.
that was said in the show.
Reminds me of that guy from Inuyasha. And his family's got this curse because of this demon guy. He's like the main antagonist. And so
Yeah.
his hand has a hole in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it slowly opens up. Like, he can actually use it to suck enemies into it. So it's like a black hole, basically.
Yeah.
And the hole eventually is going to get too big to a point where it's going to swallow him up.
Yeah.
And this curse has been passed down from family to family. So every child born has that. And it eventually succumbs. Until this demon lord or king or whatever it is killed, each family member will still have the hole until they're dead. And I thought that was a pretty interesting curse
Just
because it reminds me of this.
one point, how do they have more kids in that situation?
No, they have to because they got this. Like the guy uses these beads or rosarios or something to cover his hand so the hole doesn't come out. Like there's
Yeah.
even the joke. He goes to this woman. He's like, "Please have my children." She hits him. It's like, what? It's like, yeah, it's this curse. I need to. It's gonna kill me eventually, and my line will end. So I need to have more children.
Yeah, but it's just like, how do you not accidentally suck someone in?
Oh, because he ties the beads on the hand. They're very strong.
Until someone
Well-
breaks them.
Well, here's the thing. So she says yes to having his children, and then she has her first baby, and the baby is born with the curse, and she gets sucked in before they can put the rosary on.
No, it doesn't work like that. It's like every year the hole grows bigger and bigger. So as in baby, they're fine for a few years, but as the hole slowly starts to expand, it's able to suck more objects into it. And
That sounds wrong.
making it dirty.
That was gross. What I just did just there.
Okay, so Shigure finds Akito tormenting Toru and apologizes to her for knowing beforehand about the plan involving Kyou and herself. And it's like, oh, come on, man.
Well, no,
How could you do this?
he knew the plan because Kazuma talked to him beforehand.
And he was having...
Like, that's what that conversation was from the last episode.
Yeah. So Toru gets up and continues looking for Kyou, and you see Akito's like, what?
Well,
you saw he's a monster. You should be running.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Let me erase your memories and be gone.
Well, she doesn't exactly go to find Kyou straight away. She ends up at the cemetery.
Yeah. So Toru and apologizes to her for knowing beforehand about the plan.
You're down here.
Yeah, because I was reading about the curse. I must have missed that one then. Sorry.
You read it and then you went back and read it again.
It's got such good writing. I had to read it again.
I want to slap you.
So Kagura,
I don't want to get in trouble.
Kagura asks Yuki, who arranged him, to have the excuse of hatred that Kyou is the cat. So Kagura understands that Toru is the only that she's the only that really.
The only one that can help.
Kyou, because she's also part of the Zodiac, and that will only console him.
Mm-hmm.
So how is
I
Toru?
don't know why that's the case. It's just
So we don't know why Toru is part of the Zodiac.
well, she's not. That's the point.
But you put that there.
Hatred.
No, I think that was a mix-up in the notes about Kagura. Is that she couldn't be the one to go find him because she is part of the Zodiac, so
Yeah.
it wouldn't make
Okay,
me
yeah, I
feel.
read that wrong. My bad. I misinterpreted it. So Yuki takes off to help Toru/Kyou.
So, I think it's more Toru that wants to help in this situation than Kyou. I'm not 100% sure though, because he somehow finds both of them. Like, most likely because of the rats.
You're right, playing that piano there, Krokia.
Ricky.
Yeah.
DJ Cricket in the house.
I have to get your piano over. I'll have to join him.
No, he's more of a DJ right now.
So Kyou's crew form is surrounded by cats that he imagines are everywhere, talking down to him. They're like, "Oh, you suck, man.
Yeah.
You're the worst. Boo!" And that's me saying, like, not saying the rude things because they're a lot ruder in the anime.
Well, they don't swear.
Yeah, but they're more like, they go for the heart.
Yeah.
That's a lot worse than swearing.
I'm taking this off you.
Okay.
So we get a flashback to the day Kyou and Kazuma met for some reason. And, like, then we basically see all of Kyou's life story up until the start of the show. Like, the whole living together, training together, and then Yuki and Kagura both training with Kazuma.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually get confirmation that Kazuma's grandfather was possessed by the cat. And the grandfather tried to offer Kazuma candy.
Okay,
It's like,
yes.
Don't take candy from strangers,
Unle-
even if your stranger is a family member.
Unless they're driving a limousine. As you know, on South Park, it's like, Buzz is like, my parents said I should never get in a stranger's car. What about a limousine? And he says, like, the dad's like, Butters, you do not hop in a stranger's car unless it's a limousine. Right, so where are we basically?
So, past the candy point.
Yeah, pasta candy, alright.
Yeah, so it's just like, the grandfather's just like, yeah, I understand why you didn't take it.
Yeah, so Kazumi wanted Kyou to be happy despite his situation in life. Due to
because
the
like the whole curse,
yeah.
and that the bracelet they has on, he's been wearing it since like he met Kazuma.
So Hana senses something is wrong with Toru and goes to the graveyard. Her zodiac sense was tingling.
Well, no, she goes to Kyoko's grave.
Yeah.
Because more just to cry. I
Yeah.
think.
So
There's not really much of a reason.
Yo and Hana find Toru crying at the graveyard, completely soaked. Not from the rain, but from the tears.
No, it's more the rain.
No, that just makes it more dramatic if you think about it. So
Sorry, I don't like dramatic moments. Like I like to ruin dramatic moments.
So Hana stops Yo from, that's how you say it, Yuo?
Yo.
Yuo from comforting Toru because of what the vibes are telling her.
Which this scene right here, it's both sad and also a bit ridiculous because of the whole vibe thing. I'm like,
And Hana tells Toru to go do what only Toru can do.
yeah.
And that brings us to the end of episode 25.
Just thinking about it now is making me want to cry a little bit.
Now we get to episode 26, so we're going to end it right here. And
No, you bastard.
Alright, so Toru
Yes,
comes...
one more episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we're not doing one more podcast episode. We're finishing this off now.
Alright. So Toru comes across where her old tent was and remembers the... Are you ready? She remembers the fruits basket game she played. Oh, you just got those people. Just
The ultimate callback
Yeah.
to something that has nothing to do with the show.
Except for the title.
Yep.
Yo,
The best
The
callback
central
ever.
theme of the show is finding acceptance and belonging.
Akuna Matata. It means don't worry.
You have a plum
Well,
on your
it
back, you just can't see it.
Kyou imagines his mom talking to him and how much she loved him as lies along with his dad. As lies, what?
Like, they're not lies, but he thinks that they were lies because of his curse.
Okay.
So he's self-isolating in this situation.
Yeah.
That's why he runs.
Yeah, it's like my Tom Cruise always runs in his movies. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Trying to get away from the gay forts. The Family Guy made the joke, not me.
So yeah, Toru finds Kyou sitting at the lake, and then Yuki just shows up. It's just like, don't worry, I found this place all by myself. I have no explanation for how I found you. It's just like, and Yuki's here too.
But he's a member of the Zodiac, so he can't comfort him.
But he's gonna try and help anyway.
But listen,
Kagura's
I know
logic.
what you're going through. I had a similar experience.
I had a similar experience when I turned into a giant rat. A
Imagine
giant,
it.
like, mutated rat.
Like from Oblivion. The Elder Scrolls Oblivion?
Mm.
The big rats?
That would be a nice food source if you think about it.
Yeah.
He
'Cause,
became a rodent of unusual size.
no, there is actually a place that does deep fried rat. Yeah. That is an actual thing.
Okay.
So yeah, Toru falls down and Yuki tackles Kyou as he's trying to run away again. Because that's all Kyou does at the end here. He just keeps trying to run away.
Like Rocky. You know when he's training? And he just does all the running?
Oh gosh. Take this back.
Alright, where am I?
Alright.
Okay, so Yuki tells Toru to tell Kyou the truth about what she thinks of Kyou. So Toru hugs Kyou's arm and says, Let's go home.
Yeah,
Back
let's
to
just...
the house.
Let's, like, basically just like... I don't care. what you look like.
Yeah, and even though Toru is currently afraid of Kyou, she wants the three of them to stay together. And no, this is not in some type of weird polyamorous whatever it is
No.
relationship. It's friendship. There's friends. Friends can stay in their house with different sexes, you know, and be totally platonic.
And then it's just out of nowhere, just awkward bang just going on. It's just like,
we call that friends with benefits.
This is a tale as old as time, true as it can be.
Right down to the
Barely
sex
even
scene.
friends. Then somebody bends unexpectedly.
He just gets
Beauty
railed from behind.
And the Beast.
So,
It's just like, get around from behind.
so Kyou turns back to normal. Not her back. She turns back. He turns back
Yeah.
to normal and is content with the fact Toru was afraid, as that's proof that she'd seen the real him.
Yeah, that's weird logic.
Yeah.
If you follow the logic there, it's like a circle. It's just like,
So Kyou hugs Toru and turns into his cat form. So Shigure sees
Meow!
Shigure sees Akuto watching how the scene ends, and Akuto is not happy.
because he didn't want a happy ending. He wanted to get rid of Toru.
Like he did with the other lady.
Kinda.
Yeah, that wanted to marry, what's his name?
Hattori?
Wasn't
Yeah, it was Hattori.
Okay.
Hattori-san.
Okay, so Kagura bandages Yuki's arm and says, "Thanks for letting me bandage your arm. You know, it was a real delight."
I don't know. I think it's more. Oh yeah, she's saying that because of like he went and helped in the situation.
Yeah, so it's thanks for helping, not for letting me bandage your arm. That was a joke. Oh,
Stop doing that.
mate, we've only got one page left, so I doubt it's gonna.
Well, no, we still got that way.
Yeah, I know.
Hold on.
But the next part is 2019, so we're not talking about that one in this video.
No, the next column over is.
Yeah, I know the next column, but it's one page. Alright, so where was I?
Yeah.
Kyou leaves Shigure's house to be with Kazuma without saying goodbye, which is very rude.
Yeah, although he's like, you know what? I'm gonna actually stay here.
So Kazuma sent Kyou back to Shigure's house. And then Toru asked Shigure to take her to see Akito tomorrow, which is like, what? You want to see Akito?
Yeah, like she wants to confront him.
Yeah.
About something.
Yeah. So Akito bears the core of the curse.
Like he believes he does. I don't think he does.
Yeah.
I think it's just a family curse.
And Shigure says Toru can't see Akito ever because she's got him on the run, you know. And Toru, no, you don't F with Toru. She's coming for him with niceness. She's gonna kill him with
the
kindness.
ultimate like nice character is gonna win.
Yeah. So Toru is insistent on seeing Akito, but she doesn't know why she's so insistent.
Yeah, which is weird. It's like, wouldn't you want to know why you want to see this person before you see the person?
Yeah. So Akito, you know, she ends up meeting him.
It's just vibes.
Yeah.
Wait, are you saying that there's a the connection between Hana and Toru allows Toru to sense vibes?
I was just making another joke that Toru wanted to see Akito because of vibes.
Because opposites attract. So she ends up finally meeting him, and Akito is violent. He grabs Toru by the hair and attacks her. But Shigure and Yuki stop Akito.
Akito.
Yeah, so Akito like he tries to get Toru to leave. He's like, I can erase your memory. You won't have to deal with all this. He tries manipulating her, but it doesn't work.
Yeah, she is solid as a rock when it comes to staying, like, helping people and all that.
Yeah, and so Toru says to Akito, like, she knows how painful it would be to know that eventually he'll die, and that's a horror she can't imagine. And she believes that everyone will be sad when Akito passes on, no matter how much of a dick he is.
Yeah, because, like...
He's their dick.
Like, there are some people in history that you don't care about, including one I should never name, starting with H.
Hero Academia.
No.
Hattori?
No, I'm not talking about any anime.
Hentai.
I'm talking about history.
Oh, yeah.
That H name.
With the swastika.
Yes. No one would ever feel sad for that guy.
Heisenberg.
Harold?
Heisenberg.
Henry?
Hillary Clinton.
That's the one.
Hunter Biden.
But no matter what that name is, no one will feel sad for him.
His followers would.
Yeah.
Okay.
Toru would.
Oh, no!
She would. She's so kind.
How dare you go there?
Well,
How dare you go there?
Well, her kindness would go there. So Toru believes that everyone will be sad when H-word passes on. Alright, now
what have I done?
getting back on topic.
But yeah,
Toru asks who decided that Akito will die and doesn't get an answer.
it's like, who decided that you're gonna die at this age? Like, who told you that you're going to die? Or did you just know yourself?
Yeah. So Toru tells Akito about her mom and how sudden her death was. And even though he's the biggest dick, Toru is happy to have met Akito and everyone else and wants to listen to Akito's story. Because you see Toru is also a master manipulator as well. See, she knows she can't physically overpower Akito, but if she can break him down mentally, psychologically, emotionally, then he's done.
Yeah.
This is a hot take.
A hot take on an anime that came out like 20 years ago.
So Akito knocks Shigori and Yuki off him and steps back from Toru. Yuki asks Kyou to a fight when they get home. It's like, yeah, we're gonna have
It's
to...
like, it's more of a friendly fight though. It sounds like.
To the death.
Yeah.
A friendly fight to the death.
Yeah.
Like, what other type of fight to the death would you like? Would you like it where we are literally being the most brutal we can? Or the most friendly we can?
Yeah, so everything goes back to normal, even if things are different to the smallest degree. And the smallest degree...
It's just the amount of time that they spent together.
Yeah.
Really.
And so Toru runs towards the house like the audience doesn't know. She about to tumble down a hill into the bushes.
Yeah, because like the final shot is like her looking down at the house, and then she starts running towards the house, forgetting there's a giant ass slope, and it's just like, and that's how she dies. It's like it doesn't show her falling down the hill or anything like that, because she dies.
It's like on the Simpsons. It's like
That's how
Simpsons
season 2 starts.
Yeah, it's like in The Simpsons where Homer is in a coma because it was a prank part pulled, and he opens his beer, and the beer explodes in the house that knocked him in the coma.
I dropped my ruler.
But that's just a theory, a fan theory.
Please shut up now.
All right.
That's it for Fruits Basket 2001. With the next anime, we're going to see how this anime matured over 18 years.
Yeah, or unmatured.
How immature it is.
Let's find out.
Because unmatured is not a word.
Yeah,
Is it?
unmatured is when You have a mature series like Teen Titans, and then it unmatures into Teen Titans Go.
That might actually be right.
That's actually pretty accurate. And with that, we're gonna end this episode here. So yeah, we'll be taking a week break, and then the week after we'll be hopping into Fruits Basket 2019.
But we're still doing the Ruby.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
still gonna do Ruby.
And because we're not doing another anime versus reality video, we'll
Next
have
week.
more time to make an even longer Ruby video.
Do you want to?
Yeah, I can do that. We'll make it up to
It's just a full 3-hour episode.
yeah.
Well, I'd have to talk to a fourth person about that as well.
All right.
Because, like, I've told her that we mostly try and do it at 3:30 or 3, whenever.
But we're doing it
Around-
at 2 now.
Just for the fact that we've got a break in our podcast.
Yeah. Would you be up for that, Krokia?
I'll be here at the same time.
All right.
Well, we're going to end this episode here. Links will be in the description to both of Bailey's channels and also both of my channels. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when next video comes out. A ding, a ding, ding, a ding.
Dong.
Ding dong, ding dong, ding
It's all
dong.
right. Ding dong. Yeah. All right.
I'm a mad scientist. Mad scientist out.
See you, everyone.